to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings versus Jameis Winston and the Los Angeles Rams.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
The pass.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And the smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Buying time is left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On play action, here's Tua. And he's going to be brought down. Back in his own 6-yard line.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Well, it goes a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Complete to Tate. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. From the 8, they've got it first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And the Rams are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
He was brought down.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you
under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Carl Lawson, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
It's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge for the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound like it's counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play action. Now it's Tua. Out to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here we go on 4th down with Tua. He finds his target, Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it. Because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air. And what a result. Big-time play.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And time to spotlight Golden Tate. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Derek Wolfe showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Steps away. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Zerline now for the PAT.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Rick Zerline set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Rams 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
7 yards.
On third down, Winston. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 3 yards to gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Tua sets up to pass it. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off of play action. Tagovailoa.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
4. Brings up third and 6.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua rolling to his right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joe Mixon. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
His kick
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. After the sack on first down, Winston got him there, and it's tied incomplete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And now out comes Minnesota. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On the move to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. He's got it in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Fuller. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He finds him past the 40. Man open left side is Brown. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working out of the gun, Winston. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Tua now on first down. Got a man on the right sideline. It's fair. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
And look at this. Big game. Lions have got it going away. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive player?
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
To try again after the sack. Winston. And this will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamental.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate, Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Caught on the slant. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he knocks it through. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Los Angeles.
Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete.
Winston.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Second and 9 at the 40-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A.
Ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Rams do gain a bit of respectability.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 20.
And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way?
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really...
Oh, this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Following the interception, Winston will buy some time right, and now he's going to use his legs.
Winston,
and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Second and 8.
Winston now. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Wolfe able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Myers' kick is good.
The kick.
And they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Brings it in over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Two and a throw again. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
At the 11-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Play action. Now it's Tua out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case,
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Kyle Duggar able to drop him for a loss of a couple. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Goal to go.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some teams...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now this pass brought in by Brown.
Winston's
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut.
And Jameis intercepted a third time. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Rick Zerline.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here's a first down throw that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Jameis again. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. This throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, L.A. Antonio Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's fine. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Steps away. That's complete to Goldman. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
23.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for